act as if God is within you, your voice changes, your posture changes. You stop asking for permission to live with fire. And when you stop waiting, heaven stops waiting too. This is not a lesson. This is a summons. If you are hearing this now, it is because something in you is ready to rise. You have waited long enough. The silence you feel, the restlessness inside you, it is not confusion. It is a call, a divine order echoing from within, commanding you to stop living like you were forgotten. You were not made to shrink. You were not placed here to drift. You were sent, and the one who sent you does not apologize for power. The man who listens with reverence, who studies this again and again until it becomes his new law, he will not just change. He will become the living proof of purpose, sent with clarity, walking with power, and finishing what heaven began. Now listen, because the moment you believe this truth, you will no longer walk as a man. You will walk as one who was sent. You have walked long enough pretending to be less than what you were sent to become. You have bowed long enough to fear. You have hesitated long enough in the shadow of doubt. But now the voice of purpose calls to you. And if you will obey what is about to be spoken, not just hear it, but obey it, you will never again be the man you were before this hour. Because what I'm about to give you is not motivation. It is law, not advice, instruction. It is the truth of who you are beneath the story, beneath the excuses, beneath the hesitation that the world has taught you to wear. And here is that truth. You were not made small. You were not sent here to drift. You were not placed on this earth to survive. You were sent with power. You were sent with command. You were sent with God Himself written into your spirit. And yet, most men live like intruders in their own life. They apologize for wanting more. They hide their fire. They speak with hesitation, act with delay, and wait to be approved before they move. Not because they lack ability, but because they have forgotten who sent them. And the world prefers it that way. Because the man who walks as if God is within him, that man cannot be controlled. That is why this truth is not handed out in schools. It is not printed in the headlines. It is not celebrated in public. Because when a man begins to think as if heaven lives inside him, he becomes ungovernable by weakness. He no longer listens to the noise. He no longer waits for support. He no longer serves fear. He begins to walk differently, speak differently, build differently. And the moment that man appears, systems that rely on confusion begin to collapse. You must understand this. Infinite intelligence is not far off. It is not hiding. It is not waiting in the clouds. It is within you. But it will not move until you do. And when you act in alignment with the purpose you were sent to fulfill, when you carry yourself as if heaven has given you a task, when your words, your decisions, your habits reflect reverence for that mission, everything begins to change. But this will only work if you listen, if you obey every word. If you silence the voice in your mind that wants to entertain, compare, skip forward, or analyze. Because the truth I am about to give you is hidden, not shouted. And if you drift while hearing it, you may miss the line that your future was built to receive. Do not let that happen. Listen with your full attention. Study this as if your life depends on it, because it does. And do not hear it once. The wise man will return to this message again and again until it becomes him. Until the thought, God is within me, is not a phrase, but a fact. Until the posture of one sent becomes your natural stance. Until your identity is no longer uncertain, but etched in divine certainty. You are not here to survive. You are here to build. You are not here to wait. You are here to command. You are not here to ask. You are here to decide. And the moment you begin to act as if God is within you, you will no longer walk like a man. You will walk like one who was sent. Now we begin. You were not created to hesitate. You were not designed to wait.
I'm about to start some shit. Yeah. So, me and my cross and my blonde wig want to say something. Eek! There is no Jesus, y'all. At least not in the way that we've been taught. We know Jesus as a name, right? But what if I told you that Jesus was a verb, not a name? So there's the Jesus we all know, which is J-E-S-U-S. And then there's Jesus, which is actually a verb. It means to say yes or to affirm. Yes. Kind of like how the black version of Jesus is Yeshua. It's giving yes, man. So breaking down Yeshua, we have yes and then hua. Hua meaning to be or not to be. It also means to be fruitful, abundant, flowering, flourishing, to bloom, or hue, like a human or a man of hue. Very interesting that the word blooming sounds like Blumen, which is a German word that means flowers. Flowers bloom. Blumen also sounds like blue men, which is interesting because back in Old Norse times, like with the Vikings and stuff, they considered black men or dark-skinned men blue. Kind of like how the night sky looks black, but it's actually a really, really, really dark blue, like blue-black. The human being with the closest genetic makeup to a flower is the black man or the blue man. Exhibit A. Aw, snap! Here's another nugget. Jesse can be seen as a nickname for the name Jesus. Jesse, J-E-S-S-E, the name means Yahweh is gracious. However, we have Jesse, J-E-S-I, which is a infinitive form of the word esti, meaning to be. Esti, like testament or testicle. Fruitful, testy. I think you can see where I'm going with this. To be a pollinator. To pollinate the flowers and keep them blooming. Hello? So could it be that we're just on this planet to just be? Beezus? Jesus. You're welcome.
Distilled water isn't good. Well, you know what's funny is I'm actually drinking distilled water as we speak. So that is a myth. Distilled water is the old, you better stay away from that one. And the reason they tell you to stay away from distilled water is because distilled water is pure water. It actually says on the label that this is for an electrical battery. What are we? An electrical battery. All the tap water and alkaline waters and all these goofy waters they try to sell you at the grocery store, all of those are just clogging up the body. That's what it is. It's all just got a bunch of ingredients. Turn the bottle over and read the ingredients. It's got a bunch of synthetic calcium, synthetic magnesium, synthetic, all these other Rockefeller vitamins, and it's not pure water. And that's why people get all bloated when they drink all those waters. But distilled water is pure water. 0 parts per million. It's pure as it gets. It's the beautiful water. And if you want to add a pinch of sea salt, you can, or whatever else, but I just drink it all day. You just have to be aware of when you're purchasing any water, who you're purchasing from. Go look up who owns the company, and it gets really interesting who owns all these companies. If people are suffering from gut issues or imbalances in their stomach, distilled water.
Last week, I met a 92-year-old man. He was involved in many of the major campaigns of World War II. He had survived 3 injuries, one of which was a landmine blast to the Jeep in which he was traveling, which killed the driver. He learned that to survive in a minefield, you must follow exactly in the tracks of the vehicle moving ahead of you. Any deviation to right or left could, and indeed did, prove fatal. Our prophets and apostles, leaders and parents continually point out the track we must follow if we would avoid a destructive blast to our souls. They know the path that has been safely cleared of mines, or indeed scorpions, and they tirelessly invite us to follow behind them. There are so many devastating traps to entice us from the track. Straying into drugs, alcohol, pornography, or immoral behavior over the internet or on a video game will head us straight toward an explosion. Deviating to the right or the left of the safe track ahead of us, whether because of laziness or rebelliousness, can prove fatal to our spiritual lives. There are no exceptions to this rule. If we have strayed from the track, we can return. We can recapture our joy and our inner peace. We will discover that returning to the track from which the landmines have been removed brings enormous relief. No one can find peace in a minefield.
This wasn't made by a bunch of truthers. This is BBC. Told you this.
You're going to make this happen?
No. We're going to make models much cheaper. Then we photograph the models.
Fake newsreels?
Fake newsreels. For the past 10 years, people have been looking at our fake newsreels and listening to our fake commentaries.
And they accept it for the truth. And you can do it. Stop 100 people in the street. How many of them have actually seen a missile or a satellite? They're just told they exist and they believe it.
Yes, you're getting there. I knew you would. You didn't really believe there were all these things whizzing about up there, did you? Sputniks and rockets. Astronauts crossing their legs for 8 days.
How long has this been going on?
Since Hiroshima.
And the H-bomb, you mean, that doesn't work either?
Right. Dirty.
Very, very dirty.
What was your first reaction? Relief. Oh, yes. Yes, it has to be relief.
You say you can put out what pictures you like on television. Doesn't anybody try to stop you?
No, nobody wants to. 99.386% of the population wouldn't believe this conversation. And the rest are working for us. And they're the top minds, the really responsible people. Scare an ostrich, buries its head in the sand. You scare a hedgehog, it rolls itself up into a ball. When a woman's frightened, she goes out and buys herself a hat.
You mean you scare us so that we'll buy more, so that money moves quicker, production moves up?
We don't say scare when we talk about human beings. We say threaten them emotionally. And there are all sorts of ways, not just the big ones like the hydrogen bomb. Overcrowd them a little with bad planning. Sell them too many motor cars. Anything to keep them a little bit removed from reality. Nowadays, people don't work for money. They work for the idea of money. They don't even love for love. They love for the idea of love. They only hate for the idea of hate. It took us 5 years to find a non-addictive D, gave them nice little hallucinations. Made them talk like 3-year-olds. Throw flowers at policemen. Politicians are easy to control. The grosser mentality boys who like to be photographed getting in and out of Daimlers in Whitehall. They come right at the bottom of our organization. A few rungs up the ladder, there are the people in the top secret factories. Just those in a position to know they're making weapons that don't really work.
There must come a time when somebody wants to use one of those weapons. I mean, somebody is standing there with a finger on the button.
Well, that's the beauty of it. Nobody presses the button.
The industry clones, hopper giant bones. The 5G on our phones, the unpaid student loans. The vid of real life gnomes, radiation from our phones. In jail with Sean P. Diddy cones, beach whales with sun bleached bones. The cars are driving on their own.
That's a big ass hole.
Conspiracies, health, the 1% own 99% of the wealth. The sun, the moon, what happens next on South Park cartoon. The land we buy but never own. Jesus Christ, come take us home. Robots are history. Pole flip, rocket ship, deep sea and a mystery. Going off grid, the grid going down. The compelling
To be honest with you, you should come with a warning label. Do not touch my anointed. You see, they wanted to prove to the world that you were not chosen. They wanted to prove to the world that you are not who God says you are. They wanted to pretend to the world that they are who they said they are. You see, chosen, God gives everyone free will, which gives them a free choice. But with those choices comes consequences. With those choices comes karma. So if they wanted to fight one of God's children, karma. They wanted to put one of God's children through a humiliation ritual, karma. They wanted a destiny swap with one of God's children, karma. They wanted to steal your light, get close to you, be a handler in your life, karma. They wanted to clone you, copycat you, try to be you, karma. If they wanted to gang stalk you, karma. If they wanted to put that stuff in your cup, karma. If they try to silence you, karma. If they try to steal your divine inheritance, karma. If they did that voodoo hoodoo on you, karma. They try to bind you to their karma, karma. If they wanted to hack your phone, put you on the dark web, karma. If they wanted to set you up, steal your mail, karma. Defamation of character, karma. If they try to trap your soul in a web, karma. Understand, chosen, your light attracts flies. And what's normal to a spider is uncomfortable to a fly. They can weave all the webs they want, chosen, but you're a spider. See, God built you to be comfortable in the chaos because you find your comfort in Him. You get your strength from the Most High, chosen. Don't let them put you in a box. You learned your lessons. Receive the blessing. You got the key in your pocket. Unlock that door and step out of the cage, chosen. They want you to feel isolated. They want you to feel small. They want you to feel alone. They want you to dim your light so they can steal it. Shine bright, chosen. Be who you were before the world told you who to be. They're trying to get in your mind. You get any negative thoughts, find the silver lining. Switch it up and think positive. Negative thoughts are never going to help you. While these people try to do this to you, God was trying to protect you. God got you away because He saw your unconditional love. He saw that you saw their potential, not what they were potentially doing to you. Now be who God made you to be. Shine bright. I love you. Amen.